Hi, this is Caroline again. I am now on day 3 of day 40 of Lent for giving up some toxic stuff. So I am giving up eggs, dairy, gluten, and sugar for these 40 days, and also incorporating some supplements and foods that the medical medium recommends. If you haven't heard of the medical medium, check out his website, medicalmedium.com. I wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm giving up these foods and how I'm not allergic, and this is not about that. It's basically, he sums it up in this podcast I heard today. I've read all his books, Anthony Williams' books, and I listened to this podcast, and I'll post the link in the comments below. But basically, if you're feeling any symptoms, so he talks about mystery illnesses, and a lot of symptoms are actually mystery illnesses. So anything from migraines to skin conditions to aches and pains that aren't actually a disease yet. So they're the beginnings of a disease, most likely. And these things feed the bugs. So he talks about viruses, pathogens, and bacteria. And we can have any of these things since birth or that we've acquired during our lifetimes, and they can rest in any one of our organs. So liver is really common because liver has, over 2,000 known functions. So if you've ever been to see a naturopath, liver cleanse will probably be your first recommendation, just because it's a really easy go-to. There's always stuff going on in the liver that needs to be cleansed, healed, or eliminated. And basically the eggs, dairy, and gluten feed the bugs, what he calls them. So all of those things. So that's why I am eliminating those things for 40 days and possibly for life. And I think it just takes some time to create new habits instead of reaching for a slice of bread with butter, which used to be my go-to when I worked. They had fresh baked bread and really high quality butter, and it was so delicious, and the bread hot out of the oven. That was my go-to. That was my snack. And I knew better. I knew I wasn't eating health foods, but I also didn't realize that I was feeding viruses and stuff that were already going on in my body, possibly since birth, and but most definitely since 2007. I started feeling my first symptoms in 2007. I will talk about those at another time. But 2007 is now, 13 years ago? So that's why I'm eliminating those things and adding some good stuff in. I was tested. I have my test results somewhere, but I was tested for heavy metals and other toxins doing a hair test. And I did that maybe about a year and a half ago, and I had some heavy metals, but not the common mercury from fillings in my teeth, but other things. One of the ones that was highest and can also cause anxiety is copper. And so copper can come from copper pipes. I live in a house that's almost 100 years old, and all of the pipes are copper, and copper does corrode, and copper does end up in the water. I have since bought a new water filter, and hopefully that, I'm going to look into water testing, but hopefully that filters out a lot of the copper that's going through these pipes, and at some point we will replace especially the older pipes and the pipes that go to the drinking water, but even the whole city system, stuff like that. You're getting some heavy metals here, there, and everywhere, so I'm going to really focus also on that heavy metal detox smoothie, which is really not that bad. I really thought it was going to be icky, but it's not that bad. And you can also find the recipe on themedicalmedium.com. Just type in heavy metal detox smoothie, and it has lots of green things, so you think it's going to taste like a combination of salty seaweed and herbs, but no, it tastes really good. So I'm going to go for one of those, even though it's -7 and snowy and blustery outside, and I'm kind of cold inside. I'm going to go for one of those right now. It's afternoon time, and I'm also taking my blood pressure obsessively. So I'm going to try again, maybe in a week. Anyway, for now, check out this podcast. Anthony William is on. It's about an hour and a half, so I just put it streamed it while I was doing other things and tidying up and getting my tax season stuff together, all the receipts and everything. So I just had that on in the background, and it was great. And don't stop before the end, because the end has some amazing tear-jerking moments. But I will put a link like that, to, like I said, in the comments, and maybe take a nap. Have a fantastic day.